Okay guys, so you've probably seen the video of this weekend's round in the medal, which was terrible. If you haven't, go and check it out, it's on the channel. So yeah, I struggled with everything, my golf swing just wasn't there. So, obviously not going to have a chance to get in and see Rick. I don't think I'm going to be able to see Rick for another couple of weeks, so it's been a while since I've seen him. However, I can get in to see Ryan, who's my head professional here at Howley Hall. Now Ryan I've known for a lot of years, he knows my golf swing pretty well, so I'm just going to have half an hour with Ryan. He's going to have a quick look at my golf swing, give me a couple of things that I can just take onto the golf course with me to try and give me a bit of confidence ahead of these rounds this week. So yeah, let's have a little lesson with Ryan Rastall. Yeah, so I struggled on Saturday, massively. I've got no confidence in the golf course at all, and I'm obviously playing these 3 rounds this week. Yep. And really don't want
decent, tough courses.
Yeah, and really don't want to feel. So I just think, you know, if you can have a look and see what we're doing. Okay. Swing feels all right, and I was down there, practiced a lot last week, and you know, I only got the irons Thursday, but I felt like I was hitting them all right, and it felt pretty good, and then it just fell apart when I got.
Okay. I mean, if it feels good and it's, you know, maybe the scoring's not quite so good, I mean, that's obviously very difficult to take mentally, isn't it, when you're playing? But you know, I would say it's generally not going to be anything drastic if you feel like you're hitting it well and it's maybe not quite going to plan. So
when I played the other week, and I look back at some of my shots on video, my alignment was still really bad. Okay. And I think the worse my shots got, the more I started to close to target.
Yeah. I mean, historically when we've looked at it, it's always been club face being a bit short, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Certainly the more you aim right, the worse that's probably going to get, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't always follow, but it's a general rule. And those two have been quite nice.
Yeah.
What you're here for.
Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with you? But that's the thing, I came to the range with them. As soon as I got the irons, I came and obviously like a kid in a sweet shop.
And I guess your bad one's still that bit bully.
Still the bad one is still left, yeah. I had a couple on Saturday that I topped. Tell you what it was more than anything, the weekend, it was my driving off the tee.
Yeah, you said that.
Terrible off the tee. I mean, the irons were a bit hit and miss, but it was only the second time I'd used them, so. Okay. They're the bad ones.
Yeah, skinny on there.
Yeah.
If anything, stance is maybe a touch too wide. I think maybe that's better. I think you're maybe just struggling to get your body weight through it. You know, you just get a bit stuck on that back foot and gets a bit handsy then, doesn't it? And you get some clean strikes. That certainly sounded a lot better, didn't it? Sort of got onto that front foot a bit better and slightly better downward hit on the ball and a bit more turf with it. That's good. A little bit clean, but it sounded like a decent hit out the middle of the face.
Oh dear.
Nice top. Again, it's just very shallow, isn't it? And we know that you're generally quite shallow when we're hitting irons anyway, so we're kind of picking them off fairly clean without much of a divot. But the more, I think, the wider your stance gets, the more that weight has a tendency to stay back there, doesn't it? And then we get, you know, the odd thin, or sometimes we get fats as well, don't we? But they're generally thin and lacking divot, aren't they? And you know, I think if we can certainly work on, as a swing thought, just trying to get your body weight transferring onto your left side. I think the swing itself looks good. The ball flights are pretty straight with nowhere near the amount of shape that I'm used to seeing when you're hitting an iron. So that all bodes well. And like you say, you feel like you're hitting it quite well. I think it's maybe just literally just getting a bit flat-footed. So to try and get that body weight moving through it better. That was good. Certainly nowhere near the shape on them that we were seeing with those other irons.
No, it's not. and they feel much, you know, the strike feels much better when I do hit them. You know, there's still a few little bad ones in there.
So now we're actually seeing, looking at the numbers that we're getting on the track on there, the face is actually open to the path, where it was massively shut when we were looking at it before, which I think is good, really. I mean, I know you're going to tend to hit a draw, so having it open to the path is obviously going to create a bit of a push or a push slice potentially, but I certainly think having that club face a touch more open is good. I mean, the club path on those is actually coming out to in, where normally, exactly, we would expect it the other way, wouldn't we? So it seems to have flipped around a little bit. I mean, it's a nice shot, isn't it? It's a good strike. It's a little bit of a cut, but
I couldn't hit a cut for toffee.
No, not at all. Probably from that position at the top, and it was just so rolled off. How we've taken it back, it's just going quite steep, isn't it? I think you always got to feel more around you there. Yes. I think first movement you've got to feel a bit more, instead of the club head coming outside your hands here, you've got to feel a bit more there. You know, we've got to get the sort of butt of the club point to the target. At the minute it's kind of out here somewhere when we take it back. Shot. It just gets it more round yourself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that first initial move on the backswing, you were getting the arms very sort of disconnected from the body. They're coming way away from you here. We want to really try and keep them. That's it, that's good. That's lovely. Much higher flight as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better shot, that. Much better strike.
Ended up just about where we want it. Try and hinge them wrists as well a little bit. That's it. But get the club swinging behind you more. That's it. Good. Nice. That's good.
That's the feeling I just need to think, isn't it?
Yeah. See, it's nothing massive that we need to change, because you know you're hitting it okay, aren't you? But you know, if we're looking at ways we can sharpen it up, it's, I think, trying to get that a bit more compression on the ball. So that's lovely. One of the best strikes you've hit. So it's being able to get the body weight moving to help you get that compression, and then I think really just the takeaway sometimes gets the club head sort of way outside the line of your body and hands, and it's just you're having to reroute it then to try and get it back to the ball, aren't you? Which, instead of just taking it a little bit more on plane and then it can come back down in the same position, I think it just makes it more repeatable, doesn't it? And as we can see from the strikes, they're just a bit more solid, aren't they? Right, there's some drivers there, because they're the ones you've been struggling with, isn't it? Maybe not quite as wide stance-wise, that's good, that's fine.
See, this is the other thing, I was like...
Yeah, so we've got to get that club, that's it, and then we can hit it. Should we go in? That's what you're after, isn't it? Yeah. That's mental.
That is exactly what I didn't do at the weekend. I mean, I was hitting it so badly at the week, I mean, it was awful.
I can imagine, I mean, having... You know, that takeaway and how steep it was is absolutely not conducive to hitting the driver well. You can probably get away with it with the odd iron, but not with the driver. Shot. Nice 5-yard draw. It's probably about a yard right of the centre line, so it's not that great, but it's we'll take it, man.
So yeah, so just exactly the same swing thought with this.
Yeah, there's no difference. I mean, like I say, it's going to show up more in woods than anything else because you know you can't be too steep on them. It's a bit of a push, but we're still semi-rough with that, aren't we? I mean, it's not destructive.
Well, some of the ones I hit the weekend were literally
10.5 neutral.
In fact, no, 11. I think it's 11 and a half neutral.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't set it as a fade like this because I think you're going to get the odd
And the weight's just in the middle on the bottom as well.
Perfect. I wouldn't mess about with it. It's good. You tend to hit fairly low flight anyway, don't you? So I mean, anything that we can do just to get that flight up a touch, I think is good. Sharp. That's lovely.
Your work here is...
Nothing wrong with that.
Your work here is... Oh, where's my tea? Okay, so I've had my lesson with Ryan. Sorted me out, haven't you, mate?
I've tried my best. The proof is how close together all the balls are when we go pick them up now, isn't it, really? So.
Well, we hit different clubs, though.
We did, yeah.
And there were a few left with the driver, but generally they were pretty good. So it was just my takeaway, really, wasn't it, Raz?
Essentially, I mean, obviously all stems from that, but you know, some of the problems carry on from that position. But yeah, I mean, if we can get it in on plane and in a good position there, it kind of, like I said before, sets the tone for the rest of the golf swing. And it was kind of that was a bit loose and particularly not good for hitting longer clubs and particularly woods because you know, we've got to get a slightly different and slightly shallower technique with those in order to get the best out of them. So hopefully that takeaway position will sort that out.
Well, it made a difference then, didn't it? I was hitting miles better just from, and that's a good thing to take on the course as well because I can easily. That's the only thing I need to think about is that little, almost set it in a practice swing, set that feeling before I hit the ball, and it seems to work a treat. So.
It's about building confidence, isn't it? And going out there and thinking you're going to play well, because generally when you do that, you do.
Yeah. So, yeah, well done, Ryan, for fixing everything. He's made the world a better place. So, so I'm playing tomorrow. Playing at Fulford tomorrow, and then we're also playing at All Woodley and Motown this week. So, hopefully this will help, and I'll get some confidence after that first round. I'll play well there, and then. That'll make everything good again. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, make sure you give it a like, and remember to subscribe to the channel as well and follow me on this journey to single figures. Right, so I'll catch you again soon after I've played in the Yorkshire Classic.